Happy 3000.
Thanks. Is this a video or a picture?
I don't know. Welcome to Along for the Ride. I'm Rachel, and today I am here at Cedar Point out by the beach, and we are headed to TGI Fridays. We do have this restaurant near us back home, but we're gonna try the one here at Cedar Point, see if it's a little bit different and kind of get an idea of what it's like, and maybe we can even get an awesome view of the water. All right, so if you decide you do want to go to TGI Fridays and you are in the park, you are going to exit either out of the beach entrance over by, or the beach exit over by WindSeeker, or you could go out the Magnum Exit because this restaurant is located inside of Hotel Breakers. It's actually very close to the beach side of Hotel Breakers. And even if you're not staying at the hotel, you are welcome to use the beach and you're welcome to dine there. So we're gonna check it out. So we are approaching Hotel Breakers, and I absolutely love their landscaping here. They also have some really awesome fire pits, which is super cool and fun to kind of sit and relax, you know, after a long park day. And then on this side is the beach, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get a table inside of the restaurant, because at the moment the weather is looking a little bit iffy. As much as I want to stay outside and get the views of the water, we might just sit inside and get a little bit of air conditioning, but excited to try it. I did say before that we do have a TGI Fridays like very close to where I live, but I just heard rumor that our TGI Fridays is actually going away. So this will be kind of nice to have. I know it's a chain restaurant, but sometimes with the kids, or like even you, if you know you have a diet and TGI Fridays has something for you, then it's kind of nice sometimes to have a chain restaurant option, just because you know what you're getting. But we're gonna make sure that this one's very similar to the others, and let's take a peek. We are inside the restaurant. It's a fairly large space, so they probably can accommodate quite a few people. We're gonna go up here, and they do have a bar and a full like wall of windows, which is pretty awesome. All right, we made it to our table. We're gonna take a look at the menu, and I'm hoping for something pretty scrumming. So we were given a paper menu, and looking at the prices, it's very standard for a TGI Friday, maybe a little bit more, but you know what? Prices everywhere are so high, so it's really hard to say. But I will say it's approximately, it's a little bit more than if you were to eat in the park, but if you were to get a burger, it's about the same price and maybe even a little bit cheaper than inside the park. I am on a meal plan, so for me to eat here, it's gonna cost me a little extra, but that's okay. Let's give it a try. And one thing I do like is that they have kids menu options, and those are in the $10 range, which that's a little pricey for kids, but again, we are talking theme park pricing, so kind of what I know, you're kind of paying for your location. Speaking of location, we are right here in front of the beach. It's quite cool, and it's nice to get the air conditioning. So they do have a patio for like a cooler day. That would be awesome, and maybe when it's not supposed to rain. But right here looks pretty nice, so can't complain. All right, so I'm gonna order Diddy on the Beach, which is Ciroc vodka, Malibu rum, a little bit of Red Bull, and blueberry. My drink is here, and it's kind of a large drink. I wasn't expecting that, and it, I believe that's blueberries, like fresh or frozen blueberries floating in there. So let's give it a try. Here we go. Can't find the straw though. Hold on. Ooh, oh, okay. Okay, it's tart and a little bit sweet, but mostly like balanced very well. And I have to say, this is like really refreshing, and I can already taste like the vodka and the rum. Small disclaimer, rum is kind of hits me a little bit harder than any of the other kinds of alcohol, so like that's definitely, wow, that's really good. Okay, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 7 scrummies, but let me see if I can review it differently once I drink the whole thing. What did you think? That's strong. All right, little drink update. I am not even a quarter of the way through my drink, and wow, it is you're getting a bang for your buck here. I don't actually know the price of this drink yet, but I will say the Red Bull's kind of nice because it gives you a little bit of like a extra burst of energy, and then it tastes good. So I'm really liking this drink. So we have a burger with bacon and fries. This is a whiskey glazed chicken sandwich, and it also has a whiskey mayo on the side, which I'm going to love, hopefully. And we upgraded to onion rings, and I'm actually gonna split this with my mom because it's a pretty good size sandwich. So I'll let you know what I think. Okay, for the chicken sandwich, I thought it was really well balanced. I loved that glaze that was on it. It was like a whiskey glaze, very sweet. But this real star was the whiskey mayo. Really loved that. It was more whiskey glaze based than mayo based. So it kind of reminded me of like a honey mustard. So good. I think I'm gonna give our chicken sandwich a 5 out of 7 scrummies. I actually really recommend it, especially if you're just looking for, you know, like a good fresh chicken sandwich. It was in the $16 range. The price was pretty good. And I really liked the onion rings. They seemed like they were like more fresh battered. I liked that. And I really liked dipping the onion ring in the sauce. Burger, I didn't have the burger. My dad had the burger. And I would say, he said that it had that really good charbroiled taste, kind of something similar you would get to the taste that you get from Burger King. The patty, he said, may have been frozen, but they did a really good job with what they had, and it came with quite a few fries, and so he's going to give that a 5 out of 7 scrummy. I just left TGI Fridays. It is raining, but I have to say that was a really nice meal. I really enjoyed it. The drink was really good, and you know what? It's kind of like, who should come to TGI Fridays when you're at Cedar Point? If you're looking for a sit-down meal and you just need some air conditioning, or you need to get away from the elements of the park and just to take a break, I think TGI Fridays is a really solid choice. It is a chain restaurant. I think that the menu might have been modified a little bit from your standard TGI Fridays. It was a little bit more basic, but you know what? It was solid. Our server was really good. He even let us get some drinks to go, non-alcoholic of course. So that was a nice little perk. And I just have to say, like, overall, we were really happy. I like the location. You're by the beach, so it's kind of like you feel like you're on vacation. Oh no, it's a thunderstorm. Thankfully, I brought my raincoat, and kind of wishing we would have went to TGI Fridays now, but that's okay. Would I recommend TGI Fridays? Absolutely. I think it's a solid choice. And let me think about what else I want to say once I get in some cover and get my camera out of the rain. Okay. All right, so we left TGI Fridays, and the entire park is just, it's a downpour. A thunderstorm. All the rides are down, of course. But being the person that I am, I had a backpack with a raincoat and a hat. So I offered the hat to my mom. The raincoat almost didn't zip. Probably all of the theme park food I've been trying over the season. So note to self, buy a new raincoat next time I decide I'm going to do this. But it zipped, and it's actually quite rain-proof. So if you're coming to Cedar Point, check the weather. I had a nice sneaking suspicion it might rain today, but it's kind of weird because we're on the point, and you know what? Honestly, the weather forecast changed so much, and half the time it doesn't rain when it says it will, and blah blah blah. So pack a raincoat or an umbrella or something, and but that's okay. We had such a fun day. It's all right if it rains. It's good. Plus I had a drink, so all good. But as I was saying, TGI Friday is definitely just a chain restaurant, but it's kind of nice to have a break from the park, have awesome views, and just sit down, especially if you have kids. I have to say, it's really nice to be able to have a drink, have a waiter or waitress wait on you. You're not, I love Cedar Point food. So obviously I'm gonna recommend like the Farmhouse or Hugo's or something because I just absolutely love their food there. But sometimes, especially when the weather is bad or your kids are all over the place and you just need a minute to relax or just get some air conditioning and actually, because a farmhouse, you get your food, you sit outside, so you're not really getting any type of relief from the elements. That's when TGI Fridays or Famous Dave's or Bay Harbor is really nice. You exit out of the park, but that's okay. You can get right back in. Make sure you get your hand stamp, or if you have a pass, they'll let you right back in. So that's when those places are really handy. I will say when we walked out of the restaurant, it looked like there was a couple hour wait. Everybody knew it was gonna rain. So eat at off times, be mindful of the elements, and remember, you're at Cedar Point. Rain, shine, no matter what. Snow, been here in the snow, still a great time. Okay, so it started downpouring, and now we're in a store. We're gonna make our way to Sweet Spot, and then we're gonna go through the Snoopy store, hopefully through the arcade, and make it to Kitty Kingdom so that we can head out. But we might just end up staying in this store because it's nice and dry. So let's see how far we make it. This is what you do when there's inclement weather at Cedar Point. It's all good though. We're still having a good time. We're singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Ba-da-da-da. It's all good, right? All good. All right, so it's not flooding yet, so we're good. But the puddles are pretty deep. I've heard that Not Your Normal Guy is over at Chickies and Pete's, so we're gonna wave. Hi, everybody, and oh, sorry, I just hit my mom. And all his friends for his 3,000 subscriber meetup. But we're gonna just wave as we go by because we're stoked. Oh, look, these carnival games are still going. So, you know, you can still do things in the rain, but the puddles are getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay, so I spoke a little too soon. The midway section by Raptor is starting to flood slightly. But it's fun, right? Just bring your bathing suit. It went from super hot today to this. But the games are still going. The food is still happening. If you can find a spot. Looks like the ice cream place actually doesn't have too many people inside, so that would be a good option.